Hi, everybody. I'm Jamie Duvall. I am one of the hosts of Movie Geeks United. We're an internet and iTunes podcast brought to you by Blog Talk Radio that celebrates and explores all things related to cinema. I wanted to give our devoted listeners and some newbies out there that might be interested a little rundown on some of the content that you can expect throughout the month of October on our program. Of course, October is Halloween month, and so it'll be time for our annual run of horror-themed programming, starting with actress Terry McMinn. Now, Miss McMinn is, I'm sure, well known by all true horror genre fans out there. She's one of the stars of the 1974 original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, essentially my all-time favorite horror film. She's the infamous girl on a meat hook in that movie. She fell out of the spotlight to kind of live her life in the directions that she chose outside of the industry for many decades. She reemerged a few years back, and this is her first appearance on our program. We've celebrated that film several times throughout the history of our show, so it'll be particularly exciting for us to welcome Terry on. Also, throughout the month of October, we have an exploration of the films of Alfred Hitchcock with film critic and show favorite Mr. Tony Macklin. We look inside the films of Stephen King, the films that are based on the books of Stephen King, with Mr. King's biographer, Tony Magistrali. Now, Mr. Magistrali is familiar to all Movie Geeks United listeners out there because he participated in the 5th episode of our Kubrick series, where we celebrated The Shining. There is no one more intelligent and articulate about the appeal of Stephen King than Mr. Magistrali, and this conversation is no exception.
In an interview that I did with him back in, this would have been 2002, for a book that I was writing on the films that have been made from his work called Hollywood Stephen King. I asked him about why he chose Bangor, of all the places to move after graduation from the University of Maine, Orono, and he gave me a long explanation for that, and he said something to the effect of that Tabby, his wife, wanted to go to Portland, but he knew that the book was waiting in Bangor. And of course, the book was it, and Derry became Bangor.
We've got other materials unrelated to Halloween that will be airing throughout the month of October as well. Actor Vincent D'Onofrio, a great actor, will come on to talk about his great career and his new film from director Jennifer Lynch. We also have actor Matthew Lillard. He's been on a big role lately with parts in high-profile movies like The Descendants and Trouble with a Curve, the new Clint Eastwood film. He'll be coming on to talk about Fat Kid Rules the World, which is actually his feature film directing debut, so that'll be interesting. And we're going for a little change of pace as well with one of our guests, Ron White. He is one of the country's most successful stand-up comedians. You know him from the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, I'm sure, and as a solo comedian, he's one of the best-selling in the country right now. He'll be coming on to talk about a new special, and of course, he's appeared in several movies as well, including Horrible Bosses, which was a big hit. The Kubrick series continues, our series of uncut interviews dedicated to the films of Stanley Kubrick, and this is an interesting one. Director Keith Gordon, who's also an actor. As an actor, you probably know him best from his work in the films of Brian De Palma, movies like Dressed to Kill and home movies. And as a director, he's made a string of great films, Midnight Clear, Waking the Dead. I love his work, Mother Night. He's coming on because he loves Eyes Wide Shut. He considers that one of his favorite films, so I can't wait to talk to him about that, delve into Kubrick in another great long conversation. Also, Lynch series, our David Lynch series, will provide an interview with Diane Ladd about their working together in Wild at Heart and Inland Empire. Wild at Heart, again, another one of my favorite movies, so this is particularly exciting for me. You can hear all of this programming from our website, moviegeeksunited.net, or you could go to Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com/moviegeeksunited. At moviegeeksunited.net, though, you can find links to over 600 of our filmmaker interviews. You can catch up on all the latest news and guest bookings. You can go to direct links of our original series and all kinds of stuff. Everything related to Movie Geeks United, all in one place at moviegeeksunited.net, including our Kubrick series and our Lynch series. You can join us on Twitter, twitter.com/moviegeeksunite, facebook.com/moviegeeksunited, or you can just keep tuning in right here at YouTube. Subscribe to us here. We post all of our programming, or a large majority of it, continuously after the live airing. So that'll be fine right here, YouTube.